Hello guys, and welcome to this fantastic interview that was brought to you from the Mile of Smiles. I want to say a huge thank you to the organisers, Shropshire Festivals, for inviting us along so that we could set up a studio for the whole day, and we got so many amazing interviews, one of which you're about to hear. If you would like to support the Shrewsbury Biscuit, you can check out our website, which is the shrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. All of our episodes are available on there. You can also support us on social media. We are at the Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. I want to say a huge thank you to my family and my supporters and the Biscuiteers that I saw on that day as well for giving me your support and your help. Setting up the studio was so much fun, but a lot of hard work. We covered a lot of miles, but so did so many other people. This event was exactly what was needed to illustrate what Shrewsbury can do. So anyway, without further ado, here is the interview that you're about to hear. Take it away, Alex and Leon. Enjoy the interview, and I'll catch you on the other side. Hey guys, how's it going? Al here. We're coming to you from the Mile of Smiles today. We've already got a couple of great interviews already, but one of the most exciting things for me to happen to me so far today is I saw Kelda Wood in person, actually in person in the flesh. And so she's here with us today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's great to see you, and like you say, great to actually meet in person after all this time of just seeing each other through Zoom and virtually and all the rest of it. So yeah.
It's so explaining to Leon who you are, because he lives in Wrexham. He doesn't do an awful lot with the biscuit like when you're away from it, but when he's here, he's amazing. So explain to him who you are and how inspirational you are as a person. I know you I was
going to say that's put me on the spot, isn't it? I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're here because of Climbing Out. So I set up Climbing Out, which is a national charity, on the back of my own life-changing injury. And my whole kind of mission now is really to inspire and motivate people who've been through trauma, and to try and help them accept what's happened to them in the past and find a new way forward. So it's great to have the support of the Mile of Smiles and to really raise awareness about Climbing Out.
Well, that's amazing. That's really good.
Yeah, and do you know what? There's so many people that don't know about Climbing Out. So again, great opportunity here today to just put it on people's radar and hopefully get lots of people asking the question, like, well, what is Climbing Out and what does it do and how could it help me or someone I know?
Well, I respect stuff like charities and stuff, because it just really gives us more hope of people in the world.
Yeah, and I think it's the passion behind it. It's very personal to me because of the journey I've been on myself. And that's where the absolute heart and passion to try and reach other people comes from too. So yeah, good on you.
Do you reckon our podcast might have helped? Do you reckon more people getting in touch with you and trying to get?
Do you know what? Every little bit of it is just about getting the word out there and raising awareness. And we always say if it reaches one person, it's worth doing it. And it might not have directly reached people now, but it could be 12 months down the line or 2 years down the line, and something will happen to someone. And they kind of then go, oh, what was that charity that I heard about on the Biscuit Podcast, So every little bit we do is great to keep spreading the word.
I'm glad that we're doing our little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
The summer has happened. Obviously, we've got now in the midst of summer. Have you got a busy schedule? Lots going on. You've got many outings planned?
Yeah, so the programmes are back up and running, which is amazing. Yeah. Obviously, like everyone, the world was put on hold for kind of the best part of 18 months.
Yes.
So we've run 3 programmes so far. Fantastic for Climbing Out to be back doing what we do best, which is our 5-day programmes. We've got another programme running in a fortnight's time, and then we've got another 4 or 5 programmes running this year. So yeah, we're really out there now, sort of delivering and reaching people.
I know, because you were itching to get out, weren't you? You had so much planned that you had to reschedule and
and you know what? We all adapted, didn't we, through COVID, and we get used to this virtual world, and you always get into the habit of doing that. And then when we started running our programmes again, we were like, oh my god, we forgot how amazing the programmes are and how life-changing the programmes are for the people involved. And you suddenly go, what were we doing everything on Zoom? Like, let's get back to doing it in real life.
Yesterday we were at the Battle of Shrewsbury. I met like 3 or 4 people that I've been on the show before that I just met for the first time in person. And then there's from the Shrewsbury Canoe Hire.
Yep.
Met him for the first time today. You for the first time today.
It's amazing.
No internet lag.
Whole new world.
Beautiful music, beautiful arena here.
What more can you ask for?
I'm so happy. This is what I want to do with the biscuit. You know.
That's the gift of meeting people in person. There's no lag and no pauses.
Yeah.
And also, how brilliant does it feel just to have people out and together? And that I've bumped into a few people that you haven't seen for a long time, and you're just like, oh my god, like this is great.
Welcome back to society.
Yeah, life goes on.
And as well as climbing out, you've been very, very busy yourself.
Yeah.
Triathlon or something?
That's it. So, because I can't even remember if when we last spoke whether I'd had the breast cancer diagnosis. So the diagnosis happened I think after the interview. Okay, yeah.
And that all came up, happened so quickly, right?
So quickly. So I was diagnosed at the beginning of December and had a mastectomy beginning of February. So that was something that just didn't expect, and just shows what life can throw at you sometimes. But I'd already decided to do a triathlon, and again, for people who know me and know about my leg, I haven't been able to swim, run or bike for like...
Some of your posts are running well for a person who can't run, and you had the crutch.
I know, too right. And but I think actually the triathlon was a massive help to me through the whole breast cancer diagnosis, because it gave me a real focus to work towards, and I think my recovery was much quicker because I used that as a goal. So 4 months post mastectomy I did my first triathlon, but it wasn't really then about the cancer. It was about the triathlon and about having a goal, and just about showing that when you take things step by step and you set yourself a goal and you break it down into manageable pieces and you just kind of go, how can I? And I didn't do it to win. I didn't do it to be the fastest.
You did it to be Kelda Wood. That's what you did.
I did it to just blooming do it, And that was what was so amazing on the day. And the support from people was incredible. And as you say, not bad for a person who can't run. Like I can't run.
Yeah.
And with the run, I was going to do it in a wheelchair, and then that didn't work. And then obviously with the mastectomy and everything. And then I was pushing the bike one day, and I started running, and when I was running alongside the bike I could run because I was like leaning on the bike, and I went, well, why don't I just push the bike for 10k and then I can maybe do the run. And I was like, that's stupid, you can't push a bike as well, and in the end we just brought it right back to the simplicity of using walking poles and just shuffling my way round. And I then decided that I wasn't going to walk a step. I wanted to run the whole way. I was the slowest person of the day, but it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. I've spent 18 years telling myself I couldn't run, and actually I went and ran 10k. Well, kind of ran in a fashion. So it was, and that's not sort of blowing smoke up my backside. That's just
you need to though, because there might be someone in a similar situation to you that might go, oh, if Kelda can do it, so can
definitely.
I.
And I think, again, it's just realising it doesn't matter if you're slow. It's about doing it. And I had so many competitors giving me support. And I thought everyone would be a bit like, what's she doing? Because she's so slow and, she can't even run. But actually, the whole way around, other competitors were just going, keep going, it's awesome. Well, and it was super, super special. And it really taught me that it's not about being the best, it's not about being the fastest, it's about doing it,
Commitment.
So that was huge.
Well done to you, seriously. Most people have gone, do you know what, after breast cancer, all the troubles I've had, I'm gonna have a rest. Most people have been Kelda Wood, no, I'm gonna do a triathlon.
Well, this just proves if you have an injury or if something bad happens, never give up, because it's still possible.
Yeah.
Like ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking of something, do it.
Absolutely. And that kind of how can I attitude, because we did really break the swim, the bike, the run down to go, okay, how can we make this possible? And then there was a way, which was brilliant. So there's always a way. It might take a bit of adapting and working out, and you might be slow, but it doesn't matter.
Amazing. What's the future for you in climbing out? What have you got anything planned that you want to tell the listeners about?
So I guess for me the next triathlon's next Saturday, so that's the next one.
Another one.
Yep, and that one's down in North Wales, so it's the Snowman Triathlon, which is you're too right. But it's supposed to be one of the toughest ones because it's like all hilly and everything. So that's pretty cool. And then with climbing out, we've got another 5 programs coming up this year. So again, if I can just put a shout out, if there's anyone who thinks they would benefit from getting involved in a program, it's all about rebuilding confidence, self-esteem and motivation post-trauma. We've also got a fundraising hike in October, which is open to anyone. It's the 4 Peak Challenge down in North Wales again. So yeah, that's open to anyone to just get involved. We're doing some really iconic peaks in Snowdonia. So yeah, anyone who wants to get in touch, if they go to climbingout.org.uk, all the information's on there. I
sort of think it's very good. So if you want to take part, you got to raise £100. That's simple, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, too right, which is brilliant.
I'm really interested, genuinely. I think I might bring
Come and do it! We want to see you there.
So have you just told me the date? What was the date again?
October the 9th.
October the 9th. So
that's it. This is commitment now. Like it's said on your podcast. Anyone listening, we're holding you down.
So Pod Aid is on the 29th to the 30th. You're coming to Pod Aid.
That's right. Yep.
And then 8 days. We could possibly do it. What day is that on the weekend?
It's a Saturday. Yep.
8th of October. Okay.
I would do this hike, but I'm always busy when I'm back at my home.
So, are you?
Yeah.
I think that's an excuse. I think you
that
can
sounds
make
definitely
time.
like an excuse. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm washing my hair that day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Do you know what the whole thing with it is? It's just a great social day as well. So we're doing Triffin and the Glidders and Yurgarn, which are, like I say, 4 iconic peaks. People can choose to do between 1 and 4 peaks, so depending on levels of fitness or physical ability, you can do as much or as little as you want to. But it's a great social day as well. Like there's a great atmosphere, loads of sort of support and laughter and fun, and we go for a meal in the evening for anyone who wants to go for a meal in the evening, and it's a great weekend as well. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can wrangle as many of the biscuiteers as possible.
That would be incredible. We'll have a biscuit. We can do a podcast while we're doing it.
Hey, maybe you can ask my mum. Maybe you can ask my mum to come with you then.
Yeah.
So I'd love to come. I genuinely would love to come. Snowdon is the most beautiful place I've been.
Incredible.
You are a biscuiteer, so
that's it. The biscuiteer team. I like it.
The Whiteleys.
This is what I said to some of my mates that I do the podcast with. I was like, how cool would it be to go up like Snowdon, a whole weekend, take some tents, find somewhere to base camp, bottom of Snowdonia somewhere. I know there's loads of little places you can go to. A few beers, do a podcast before the climb, get to the summit, do a podcast at the summit.
Absolutely.
And then back down.
I think we've got a plan formulating here.
We do.
We can go to Everest, you know. We can always get there.
Calm down, Sunshine.
Hey, never say never.
I like you already.
Where can people find all the information they need to about climbing out?
Yeah, so our website is climbingout.org.uk, and they can get in touch with me at climbingout. No, it's not. It's Kelda Wood at climbingout.org.uk. Don't know my own email, but yeah, we'd love to hear from anyone who wants to either get involved with the programmes or the fundraising hike. The other thing I forgot to say actually is we're running walk and talk days now. So they're back up and running, which
so
are just
like counselling sort of sessions while you're walking.
Do you know what? It's just about getting people out, getting people active, and getting people chatting. So you know, our objective is if people are chatting and people are laughing, that's a good day. So it really is about walking and talking. And if people want to have like more deep-seated conversations, we've got the team there to do that. But it's not about that. It's there if people want it. But more than anything, it's just about getting people out, having a bit of fun, getting active, getting some fresh air, and meeting people again.
So would you say that's the best part of going out is meeting others you don't know? Yeah,
and I think that network of friendship and support, because we ran a programme last week for veterans, and actually the huge part was bringing people together that have got that kind of unwritten understanding, and then can build friendships moving forwards to keep supporting each other and having fun, because let's admit it, if we're having fun, like, life is ultimately a whole heap better, isn't it?
It's especially good for the people who consider themselves quote unquote lonely, because they can go around and talk to people they get used to. Or
I'm laughing because I can imagine me climbing up snow. Are you having fun, Alex? Yeah, we're fine. Yes, absolutely great, fantastic, thanks.
So that's type 2 fun, isn't it? Like, we always say there's type 1 fun when you're having fun when you're actually doing it, and then type 2 fun is when you look back afterwards and go, that was really cool. So
we've all done that though. We've all done gone hiking, and then you've climbed to the top of some hill and there's a big quarry lake you can look at and just be like, yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. It's a bit like the Atlantic. When I was in the middle of it, I thought it was the worst thing I'd ever done. But like afterwards, now I look back and say it was awesome. So,
thinking about that was crazy. But I heard you going all the way from here to America, like that.
It wasn't like that. It took a very long time. I promise you.
Just like that, yeah.
Just thought like the massive wave. Like what I think of if I was in the middle of the Atlantic, all the massive waves, or going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well, what I find fascinating about it is when you think about these long voyages from back in the day in a big, fisher boat or somewhere, you've got a crew of people or grabbing ropes and in the storms. You're on your own.
I also had a lot more technology than they had in those days, so that helps a lot too. So you've got like your GPS kind of thing, which keeps you on track, and you've got your satcoms and that sort of thing.
Don't lie. Were you ever scared on that journey?
Yes. I had my moments, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, too right. But again, that's what it's about, isn't it? If you
facing your fear.
Yeah, too right. And if it's easy, then everyone will be doing
Nothing's
it.
Nothing's easy though.
No, nothing worth fighting for is easy. So yeah, too right.
Kelda, I think you're amazing, and I can speak to you for hours, and we can do if you like. I know you've got. This is all for you today.
No, it's amazing, and we are so grateful to Shropshire Festivals for what they've put on and for choosing to support Climbing Out. It's amazing what Beth and her team are doing. So a big shout out to them because they're incredible.
I just spoke to Beth up in the town square. I was like, "Hi Beth, you right?" She said, "Yeah, you having great, lovely Beth." And then hold on, phone call. Yeah, so what were we saying?
Beth absolutely emulates multitasking to a T. She's really incredible, isn't she? An amazing lazy.
Well, this is fantastic. I'm so happy to be here. Like I said, this is what we wanted from the Biscuit. We wanted to be out and about doing these festivals because what we're doing right now is we're documenting. Listen to that music, guys.
Yeah.
We just had Morris playing some beautiful music to us as well live. We brought live music to the Shrewsbury Biscuit because of this. Do you know what I mean? It's fantastic.
Amazing.
So,
it's amazing.
Kelda, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you share that beautiful smile of yours because it's infectious.
Well, I have one more question. If you could say something to the youth, what would you say?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
That's a massive question. See, this is probably a bit of a long-winded answer. I wish I could sort of summarise this into like 3 words.
Make it as long as you want.
Well, I guess my 3 words would be just do it.
Yeah.
But I think so often the fear of failure stops us from doing stuff. But actually, funny enough, we were just talking about it yesterday about how when you make a mistake, if you learn from it, it's an experience. If you don't learn from it, it's a mistake. And how I see failure is like, actually, that's just a learning. So it's kind of like whether it be the triathlons or the Atlantic, it's like, if you're not brave enough to have a go, how do you ever know what you can achieve?
Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, but so often the fear of failure stops people from doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
So if I was talking to young people, I'd just say, be brave, do it, and just learn from it.
And that's the exact reason why I've started doing Pod Aid, because I wanted to do something with International Podcast Day the year before. I was like, I could do this, and I was like, no. And I felt really bad. After it had gone, I was like, I should have just done it. So when it came to the idea of Pod Aid, I thought, I'm going to hate myself if I didn't just try it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's what I think the biggest failure is, just not doing it, not, that regret.
Better to regret something you've done than something you haven't.
Do you know what? Like the dozens of emails every day and the constant 24-hour work. It's fine. It'll work out fine.
Do you know, I'm going to get all deep now, but I always say you can only do your best.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have a go and you don't achieve what you set out to achieve, if you've done your best, you can still be really proud. Oh, I like it. But that's what it's about. It doesn't matter whether you win or you fail or you achieve it or you don't. Just be the best you can be all the time, and stay true to yourself. And
well, I call it like the bike practice. You fall off, you get back up again.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Unless you decide you don't like riding bikes, and then you go and do something else, and it's then again, it's like, that's cool. If you learn you actually don't like it,
move on to a scooter.
Go and do something else. Yeah, too right.
I love that. This is why I love you, though, because you're like, I just suddenly picked up a disability. Oh my God, I'm going to row across the Atlantic. There we go. That's what we'll do. Because it's not just get off the bike and get back on again. It's like, okay, so the bike doesn't work out for me anymore. Let's try a rowing boat.
Yeah. And I think that's. We've talked a lot about this through lockdown and COVID, and we can get caught in a bit of a spiral, and if you start seeing yourself as a victim, you become a victim, and when you become a victim, people treat you like a victim. But actually, if you change how you see yourself, and then it changes what you put out there, it changes how you treat people, and your whole spiral of life changes. So for me, it's about kind of taking what gets thrown at you and doing something with it, and then I don't want to say everything's a positive, because that's not always reality, is it? But it's kind of letting it take you in a direction and doing something with it.
Beautiful and inspiring as well. I've got a favour to ask you, okay? Because Shane, our other biscuiteer, is up at the castle at the moment, and we just got off the phone, and he said, I've just seen a bubbleologist, and we had a laugh, and we was like, trying to say that 3 times, and everybody that's come through today, apart from our first interview, we've asked to say, how easy is it for you to say bubbleology 3 times
bubbleology
fast? Yeah, so can you say bubbleology 3 times fast for us?
I'm focusing now.
Okay.
It's fine.
Right, bubbleology.
Hey!
How do you do it?
I haven't been able to do it once. Bubbleology.
Look at that.
Out of body experience there. Kelda, you've been amazing as always. I can't wait to see you at Pod Aid, and I hope you have a great day today. Let everybody fill these tins up, give lots of money, and guys, get in touch with Climbing Out, because it's a great cause. And
awesome.
Is there anything you want to shout out? Any websites? Any people?
Do you know what? I just think, again, a big thank you to Beth and Shropshire Festivals, and it's great to see everyone here today. And just if anyone wants to get in touch, climbingout.org.uk, and we'd love to hear from anyone. So yeah, thank you. Thanks guys. Thanks for doing the podcast.
Peace out, guys. Take it easy. Bye. Well, that was a fantastic interview. I think you'll agree. I want to say a huge thank you to our guest. And of course, this is a generic message that I've recorded for the end of every podcast I recorded on that day, but we had such a great time. Every single podcast that we recorded was phenomenal. Again, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Shropshire Festivals for inviting us to take part. We would love to be involved with any other festivals or events that are going on in Shrewsbury, because that's our job, to illustrate the amazing things that Shrewsbury can do. And I think Beth and the team at Shropshire Festivals, they do a great job too. Again, I'd like to remind you guys, if you would like to support us, you can go to the Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast.co.uk. That's our website, and our audio is all available on there, and there are ways to get in touch with us. You can also support us on social media. We are at the Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please share it with your friends, and we will see you guys next time. And have a great day. Thank you very much. Peace out.